The captain escaped and reported to the leader, telling him where the enemy was taken into the awkward airborne zone. Before he finished, wind tossed him off, alarms blared, run. Support arrived from above, and orders came down to protect the captain at all costs. In a fit of rage, he blasted the 2 pilots away. On his first day, he didn't even see his paycheck and passed. The captain activated dive mode. He was determined to fight the Mandalorian to the end. In crisis, they had to storm the cockpit to seize control. But along the way, they faced a furious assault from stormtroopers. Their firepower was as intense as a shooting contest. They had just a minute to act. He pulled out 2 grenades, unfazed by bullets, activated, charged, tossing them in the last 30 seconds. The stormtroopers went flying and turned to dust. The captain quickly dragged his fearless comrade up, managing to take control of the ship at the last. The captain did nothing, preferring suicide by biting his tongue. The Mandalorian steadily piloted the ship, ready to leave. The Mandalorian leader offered peace, but he aimed to complete his mission, deliver Yoda to the Jedi. He took off his helmet. He told the Mandalorian about Jedi Ahsoka on Corvus. The Mandalorian opened the hatch and jumped without hesitation. With his jetpack, he flew down, caressing a frog baby, showing ultimate maternal love. When Mandalorian picked him up, Baby Yoda wasn't focused at all. His eyes were locked on a classmate's cookie, drool everywhere. The classmate glanced. Baby Yoda signaled, but he wouldn't part with it. Baby Yoda had to reach out and ask. Baby Yoda was captivated, marveling, what magic does this cookie hold? Seeing its deliciousness, he unleashed his strength. With a flick, the cookie flew. When realized, poof, it vanished mysteriously. Turning, he found the cookie gone in his mouth. All happened last night. On their quest to find the Jedi, the engine ran into trouble, leaving them with no choice but to rely on the little Yoda to help. Under the Mandalorian's guidance, Baby Yoda seemed a bit clueless but managed to connect the wires together after meticulous instruction. The Mandalorian didn't expect to help, but Baby Yoda coughed up pneumonia. To comfort him, he made a bowl of mixed soup. But the ship couldn't make it to Corvus. They had to ask for help at the nearest Navarro. When the ship landed, old friends were already waiting. They hadn't seen each other in ages, but their bond remained. After greetings, they called the top mechanic to fix the Mandalorian, unaware that the mechanic was an undercover. Grief brought Baby Yoda to school, leaving after seeing good behavior. He led the Mandalorian to the meeting room. The green guy, meeting the Mandalorian, spat out cold air, recalling the terror of stealing Grief's money. Now, he was stuck working here, waiting to pay off his debt to escape. Kara opened a 3D map, explaining how the Empire fell back in the day. They'd discovered a remnant organization still secretly selling weapons, and they planned to take out their base, hoping the Mandalorian would lend a hand. So they took off on flying mopeds to the Empire's secret base. Troopers noticed surveillance false and rushed to report. At that moment, Kara caught one of the stormtroopers by the neck. She once could choke a bull with one hand. The Mandalorian destroyed all the surveillance screens, and Grief found the keys on a corpse. They followed the corridor into the heart of the secret. The green guy showed off his impressive unlocking skills, opening the locked mechanism door and finding the geothermal vent at the lava pit. However, they only had 10 minutes to evacuate before the place went boom, but the way back was blocked by a horde of stormtroopers. Accidentally, they found a container filled with unknown creatures, stunning everyone. Kara realized it was the Empire's secret lab. The control panel displayed an experiment report on Baby Yoda's essence. The doctor aimed to extract blood but failed. Grief was shot. Gideon, Empire's governor, was alive. Worried about Baby Yoda, the Mandalorian headed for the volcano after bidding farewell. The Mandalorian used his jetpack to zoom to Navarro School. The others sneaked to the mountaintop spotted by stormtroopers. After a skirmish, Kara, under Grief's cover, started a battle vehicle and raced towards him. The two jumped into the vehicle just in time, but the base's exit was completely blocked and Kara had to step in. The base was about to blow up. Kara hit the gas for a dramatic U-turn, and the enemies realized what was happening, sweating bullets. Kara floored it, plunging down. Screams erupted as the vehicle fell from 100 meters, crushing the flying mopeds. They successfully escaped the blast zone, and in a thrilling scene, 4 fighter jets zoomed rapidly into the sky. As the explosion rang out, the secret base was leveled. Just as they rejoiced, the real danger was just beginning. 4 fighter jets charged straight for Kara's vehicle. She cranked up the power to max while Grief manned the cannon, unloading on the jets. Little did they know, the fighter jets were too fast, and Grief put in a Herculean effort, finally knocking out one jet, only to find that, when the jet crashed on their vehicle's cannon, it was destroyed. Just then, another jet shattered. The Mandalorian's Razor Crest finally showed up when he heard Baby Yoda needed help, rushing over to the rescue. With expert piloting, he evaded bullets, swiftly defeated Empire fighters, but poor greedy Baby Yoda was shocked. The cookie he had just snagged was thrown up. The Mandalorian bid farewell to his old friend over the radio and took off to Corvus. Little did he know, his ship had been tagged by an Empire mechanic, and all his information was now under Imperial control. A girl with 2 blue lightsabers was Ahsoka Tano, the Jedi Mandalorian sought, his final foe. His figure is hardly visible. You won't last 3 seconds. The enemy lurks in the dark night.